mode, and then when the markets show some bit of stability, we come back to those either the resistance or the support points, the OI builds back again. So we know it's just that the traders are just preambling into this range for the indices. Nothing major in terms of the sector points also over the last few days, because we've seen one-off days, you see a couple of sectors showing signs of strength, and then over the next subsequent days you don't see any major follow through price action. Look at the global markets also. There is just choppiness across the board, whether it's crude oil prices, whether it's the US indices and many of the other equity asset classes. So I think in that aspect, it's good that we are trading into a range. The best part is that even after so much of global tension, volatility, news flow, etc., we are still stuck into a 300 to 500 point band on the index, and that too at a much higher level. We are not as if that we are not at 24,000 or 23,000 mark. So that's the comforting point for a short-term trader.
So what's the trade for the day, Kunal, then?
So I would look at a couple of buy calls over here, Nikunj, and the focus would be on large cap names. Axis Bank apparently forms the first stock which I would suggest is a buy. Expecting the stock to get into a breakout. It's been showing extreme strength over the last many days. So 1250 as a target. Stop loss could be kept at 1205. And one of the bright spots which managed to show signs of a recovery in the last couple of days is auto. And from there, I would pick M&M as a stock, expecting the stock to go back into a breakout mode. 3200 as a target for M&M, stop loss at 3050.
Amnish, let's look at the market. And last 1 month, markets have been stuck in a range. Why is that? And what will shake us out of this range?
Yeah, hi Nikunj. So, you see the overall environment has been very volatile. You look at the situation in Middle East, then your intermittent volatility in crude prices. So all these things, and I think for 2 to 3 weeks, even monsoons had gone into some sort of a limbo. The only comforting factor during this time has been, first of all, the interest rate cut, which the RBI did, and the hopes that the demand will finally catch up. So given the backdrop, given the environment, given the volatility abroad and uncertainty even on the trade deal, etc., I think the markets are currently in a very, very narrow range, and they are looking for some sort of a fundamental signal to break out on the either side.
Okay. Kunal, just to go back to that whole point of we are stuck in a range. Now you will not remain stagnant in a range. Either you will break out or break down. The fact that you are racing towards the lower end of the range, do you think the chances of a breakdown are more imminent?
No, in fact, Nikunj, my sense is a bit contra, because what's happened is over the last many days,